What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And you're going to have to forgive me. I'm a little bit tardy to the party. I was supposed to release this video yesterday as a Christmas gift to you guys, and Daddy Crux messed up. So I really hope you can find it in the depths of your soul to forgive me on this one. But don't worry, it's definitely worth the wait. I saved the best for last. This is the strongest Dragonknight build that I have ever ran today, and it is arguably the best 1vx build you can possibly run in the Elder Scrolls Online. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and before we hop into the bread and butter of this video, I need a favor from you guys. Is a New Year's gift, a Christmas gift to your boy Hoarcrux. I started a secondary YouTube channel in which I will be doing variety content, specifically first-person shooters, but I will delve off into some gaming news and related topics such as that. If you like Overwatch, Apex, Halo Infinite, Call of Duty, anything of that nature, please go follow me on my secondary channel. I'm going to start uploading on that channel at the beginning of the year. I'm hoping to get 1,000 subscribers sometime before February, something like that, to really get this channel off the ground, and that would mean the absolute world to me. So I'm going to be doing this video a little bit different. So I'm just go ahead and blow my load at the beginning. So here you go. If you don't want to take a look at the sets, you just want to pop into this video and take a look at what the entire build is. Well, here you go. Take a screenshot. Everything is here for you to take a look at. But if you want to learn a little bit more about the build, my thought process behind it, and how I want to come up with this, so this build is unique. So my previous crit DK build, it is very ultimate dependent. So you had a lot of downtime at which you really couldn't do anything. You didn't have enough damage to kill anyone without having to wait on your ultimate. And if you're playing against very skilled opponents, it's kind of telegraphed, and the counterplay to that particular build, it could be done, right? This build, however, is much more dynamic. You don't necessarily have to wait on your ultimate. With the ultimate we're actually using for our burst combo is Leap. We're not rocking corrosive anymore due to the corrosive changes, since you can no longer earn ultimate while corrosive is active. Now, this is not a pure crit build. You'll notice on the build here with the green, blue, and red armor weights, I do have 3 heavy, 3 medium, 1 light. So this is more or less a jack of all trades with a crit focused aura about it. So if that sounds fun to you guys, this is different. I don't think you're gonna find a build like this anywhere else, but this is personally my favorite build to run in Cyrodiil. So without further ado, guys, let's hop into this thing. All right, character sheet, we're just gonna go quickly go over that. It's nothing too impressive. Again, this is a crit build. We do have a lot of spell and physical penetration. Here's all of our recoveries. This is completely unbuffed. Crit resist. We are a kitty cat for this. You desperately need the passes for this build. We have around 29k health. I don't think you need any more than 29k health. You start pushing 32, 33, you're just losing a lot of damage for no reason. Mundus is a shadow vampire, stage 3 as always, Jewels of Misrule or Smoke Bear Haunch. Now let's go over into the sets, right? So we were rocking dual axes and mechanical acuity, both of them sharpened. Ideally, if you want the most bang for your buck, you want your main hand to be Nirnhone. It does offer slightly more damage. Now the enchantments we're rocking are Shock, as well as the Stamina enchantment to inflict the Minor Breach, and Shock is Minor Concuss. Both of these is going to give you 5% increased extra damage. Now this is Mech Acuity, so we get Stamina, Magic, and Spell damage. You guys know how Mech Acuity works. If you don't know how it works, essentially when it procs, you do any damage whatsoever. It could be dot damage, light attacks, heavy attacks, you know, whatever. You get these escalating stacks of crit trans, so you'll get a stack for 4 seconds. If you don't get a crit while you're doing damage, you'll get another stack for 4 seconds, and then this keeps happening until you get up to 100% crit chance. Okay, so each stack of this gives you 20% critical strike chance, and upon reaching 100% critical strike chance, you now have 4 seconds to where everything you do is going to crit, including your damage as well as your healing, which is very important. So running a Khajiit, running a Fighting Finesse, these complement the build very well because you do have a lot of crit damage, and all this kind of amplify the crit healing as well. That's why you're so survivable. That's why I saw in the beginning clip I got down to like 500 health. Actually, I think it was 800. I popped back up to full in like no time. That's just because the crit heals are astronomically strong on this build. So that is the first set we're running. You want this on your front bar, okay? Front bar is very important because you want to proc acuity on your own terms. You don't want to run it on the body because it's just gonna proc with cooldown, and you don't always want that. Now, back bar, I did spice things up with the Black Rose Prism Perfect, the dual wield. So what the BRP swords actually do, the perfected version is going to give you stamina recovery, and then 2-piece activating Blade Cloak while in combat allows you to gain Spectral Cloak whenever Blade Cloak deals damage for 2 seconds, reducing your incoming damage taken by 6% while also increasing your damage done by 6%. So effectively this is a 12% swing. And what is really good about this set is it's using one of the most low-key abilities of the patch. I believe Blade Cloak and Quick Cloak is very under the radar because this is going to give you Major Evasion. Major Evasion on paper doesn't seem like it's incredible, but Major Evasion is going to reduce all of your damage taken from AoE attacks by 20%, which is a lot of abilities that you wouldn't really think of, right? So Marsalix, a very popular monster set in the dot build, that counts as AoE. Northern Storm, Meteor, Leap, Dawnbreaker, all the really heavy hitting, you know, AoE, just clear ultimate abilities are going to be reduced by this ability by 20%. It's really going to tank you up. Plus, you are able to do a lot of dot damage around you, a lot of pressure. This is important because you need to keep mechanical acuity procced, right? You need to be doing damage in order to maintain those stacks, and it's also going to give you Major Expedition, increasing your movement speed by 30%. Now, once we go over into the skills, I'm going to show you a little bit of synergy with this. Actually, I'll just go and talk about it now. Now, when it comes to the traits, it's Nirnhone powered. This is the best way to get the most healing on your back bar. We do a Vigor on the back bar, and your heals are astronomical. Running a Poison and Flame damage enchantment. The reason we're doing this is because when you activate Blade Cloak, all of your back bar enchantments can also apply on your front bar. You notice while we have this active, we already have the Poison status effect going, and because this does physical damage, we just got the Minor Breach proc there. And then if you go back to your main hand, if you want these enchantments to proc literally off cooldown, you see we got a Poison proc there. That's gonna give you 1,000 stamina back. We got a burning proc there. We got another burning proc there. Each single time this happens, we're going to get our respective resource back due to our combustion passes from the Ardent Flame skill line. So that's why these enchantments are there. It's mostly for sustain reasons because it has a chance to apply these status effects in an AoE around you. So if you have 3 or 4 people attacking you, more than likely it's going to apply either the burning or the poison status effect. So you're just constantly generating resources off cooldown. So there's a lot of synergy there. A lot of, you don't have to think about it. It just kind of happens. The build just kind of rolls, and that's what I really like about this. There's nothing special about it other than your timing on acuity, right? So the next set we're running is a 5-piece Shattered Fate on the bar. So Shattered Fate is one of the best offensive sets that you can have. You don't necessarily have to run this. If you want to run something like Stuns, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to run Rallying Cry, that's up to you. If you need a defensive set, I really wouldn't suggest it because this build really doesn't need it. I think Shattered Fate is just a really nice 5-piece. Just set and forget. You don't have to think about anything. It's just there, active all the time, and this equates to about 15% damage increase in your overall damage. So on all the pieces, we do have triglyphs to get the most bang for a buck when it comes to our resource management. Okay, I do have 3 heavy on this. You can change the 3 heavy. Instead of 3 heavy to medium, you can just go straight up 5 medium if you want a little bit more damage, crit damage, as well as weapon and spell damage, as well as some stamina recovery. I opted to go with 3 heavy because I wanted an all-around just really strong, really great build. No matter what situation I'm in, this build is going to perform. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and quickly go through all this. You can slow the video down or stop it, or go back to the timestamp at the beginning of the video, kind of show you how I have everything set up and what traits. So TLDR, light medium pieces make either in-pin or well-fitted, and then the heavy piece have reinforced. Our mythic item of choice is Sea Serpent Squill. We have no issues proccing this. It's actually very easy since our healing is astronomical and through the roof. So this is going to give you Major Berserk, increasing your damage by 10%. Also Major Courage, which is going to increase your weapon and spell damage by 430. Very strong, very powerful. I do have this as a bloodthirsty trait. And then Asian's trying to duel me during my video. Dang you, dude. And then I do have Shattered Fate jewelry here on the body as well. So how you mix and match your mechanical acuity and Shattered Fate is entirely up to you. Both sets are craftable and you don't really have to worry about anything. Okay, and then last but not least, well actually it is least, I do have a One Piece Magnet Incarnate just for the recoveries. You could swap this to more crit chance if you want, Slime Craw, if you need some more resources, do Dami House or Swarm Mothers. If you want to do a little bit more damage, you can go with Battle Orc, something like that. It's going to give you a weapon and spell damage. Hopping over into the skills, so we're running Deep Breath. This is a good time burst combo, right? So you're going to activate it, you're going to get healed per person hit, and then 2.5 seconds later, you're going to do AoE damage. And then this crit, it does hit really hard. Shattering Rocks, this is our undodgeable, unblockable CC, and it's also going to heal you. And this also has a chance to crit, which is really nice. Flames of Oblivion is our spammable, as well as our Seething Fury generator. So every single time you activate your Flames of Oblivion, excuse me, you're going to get stacks of Seething Fury, and Seething Fury is going to buff your Molten Whip, and your Molten Whip is your pseudo execute and your burst combo. And then you have Whirling Blades as your actual AoE execute, because what happens a lot of time is, especially in this health meta, if you have opponents who are like 40k plus, you get them down into the 4 and 5k health range after the burst combo, and sometimes you're just not able to finish them off because they're going to break free and roll dodge. Whirling Blades here is to help you secure those kills. And then our ultimate choice on the front bar is of course Ferocious Leap. Back bar, we need a source of Major Brutality. You definitely want Major Brutality. Be sure it's Brutality, guys, because you have Minor Brutality on the build as well as Major Brutality. So always stack weapon damage on your Dragonknight, never spell damage. Coagulating Blood, Resolving Vigor, Volatile Armor, and then of course Quick Cloak, and we've already covered this. I won't spend too much more time on it. Back bar, you can either run Temporal Guard for the minor protection, or you can just go ahead and slot Corrosive. Corrosive is still a decent ultimate when you get into those oh crap scenarios. You don't have to not run it, but I do think Temporal Guard is pretty cool. It's just again, it's a nice set and forget, and the build works extremely well if you run the heroism potions. You make heroism potions a little expensive, mind you, is Dragon's Blood, Dragon's Rum, and Columbine. And the whole purpose of this build is to get back to your ultimate as soon as your mechanical acuity comes off cooldown. If you refer back to the clips at the beginning of the video, you'll see our mechanical acuity cooldown, which is 25 seconds, comes off cooldown right when our leap rolls around. So every single time you have your leap ready, you also have mechanical acuity, which is why I love this build so much. There's really no downtime. It's just balls to the walls the entire time. All right, so that does it for the skills. Champion points, we're going to speed through these guys. These are set in stone. Don't be changing these. Fighting Finesse, Mastered Arms, Raffle Strikes, Ironclad. It doesn't get any better than that. And then we go into the Red Tree. Also, just don't change these. This is perfect for the build. I mean, you can if you want to, but we're doing Fortify, Sustained by Suffering, Pain's Refuge, and Survival Instincts. Now, if you want to go a straight up crit build, this is toward the end of the video, you can go a straight up crit build. What you want to do on your front bar, guys, you want mechanical acuity, okay? On your back bar, you want Rallying Cry. Your monster set, you want Battle Org. Your mythic, you want Sea Serpent Squill. The one piece you have left over, do that with Trainee. Have 5 medium, 1 light, 1 heavy, and you're good to go if you want to go your traditional, just high crit damage build, okay? Now, when it comes to the combo, it is very simple. You want to have your mechanical acuity off cooldown. Rule of thumb is just count to 4 and proc, so 1, 2. On the 2, you want to do Deep Breath, Leap, Molten Whip, Spin to Win. And then if you time everything out correctly, everything's going to crit. And again, we're going to run that back. I just wanted to quickly go through this because I know you guys are busy for the holidays. When mechanical acuity starts to proc, do whatever you got to do for around 2.5 seconds. Then do deep breath, do another Flames of Oblivion, do a leap into a whip, into a whirling blade, spin to win, spin to win. And if you do everything correctly and time it out, everything's going to crit, and it's a metric crap load of damage. It will take a little bit of trial and error to get it down right, and each situation is going to be different, but in general, that's a rule of thumb. It's going to work out like 90% of the time. Thanks for watching until the end, guys, and please go follow my second channel. I don't want nothing more than a like and sub on the channel. Just go follow me over there. I would really like for that channel to pop off. So if you want to help support me in any way, especially for the holidays, go give me a sub over there. It would mean the absolute world to me. This has been Hoarcrux, guys. I hope you all have a happy holidays and a happy New Year's, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.